Hey everybody, video 2 coming right up. It's a follow-up from the first video that we just went around the perimeter of the hairline and cleaned up around the neck and the ear area of our baby. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the actual body of the haircut. This is if the length has gotten too long on the top and on the sides. Maybe it's been 6 to 8 weeks since they've had their last cut. Now we're trying to get in there and actually take some length off, okay? So one good rule of thumb that I have learned personally over doing hair for 24 years, men's heads are very squared compared to women's, which are more like of a rounded shape. It looks more masculine to be more squared off. So one good rule of thumb is when you are doing the sides and the back, now this has nothing to do with the top yet, we're talking about the sides and the back here. You want to line it up pretty up and down, vertical, okay? So if you take your comb and you place it on the head of your client, or your victim, we should say, and you go exactly up and down, where the comb and the head meet, that is where you're gonna stop cutting the sides of the hair. I'll say it again. I'm gonna bring her closer too. So let's say you take your comb, place it just on the side here, where the comb meets. You can see where the comb and the head meet. I am literally gonna stop cutting the sides of the hair there. Why, do you ask? Because the sides of the head go like this, and then what happens there? It rounds. Okay, so we're gonna take these sides very, very straight up and down. So where the sides of the comb stop is where the head starts to round. We wanna stop right there, okay? That is the horseshoe of the head. It's also the outside outer eyebrow a lot of times, right in the sides. So if you have clips, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. You're just gonna have to take it and kind of push the hair up like this, up and over. If you have a clip, it's great, especially if you have shorter hair, because sometimes it doesn't always want to stay up and over, okay? So I will be an up and over girl just for you guys that may not have clips. So you're gonna take your water bottle now. You wanna make sure the hair is nice and saturated. This is your cutting with your shears at home. We're gonna get to clipper in a few minutes, okay? So if you have a clipper, this is not for you. This is for the people that are cutting with scissors. So you're gonna make sure the hair is pretty, you don't want it like dripping off of their face, like Niagara Falls, right? You definitely want a good wetness to the hair though. If some of the hair is wet and dry, it's gonna be hard to control and you're gonna get shorter and longer lengths. So you wanna be pretty consistent with the moisture in the hair, okay? So remember what I said, I'm gonna place the comb on the side of the head. Where the comb lifts off the head is where I'm gonna stop. So we're talking about like right through there, okay? So I'm gonna take my baby and I'm literally gonna draw a line on her head. I'm gonna push all this hair up forward till I just have the sides, okay? And I'll turn her this way so you can see, okay? That is literally where the comb lifted off the side of the head. So that's where I'm gonna stop cutting the sides. And then that will be the top. We'll get into that later. So you have two choices to scissor cut. First choice, choice A, is if they have enough hair that you can get a finger's grip on it. So if you have a finger's grip, you're gonna take you're gonna take the end of your comb, right here, and you're gonna draw a small line, no more than like 1/4 of an inch. The smaller sections, the better. If you take a big giant chunk of hair, you might have issues, okay? So I'm gonna cheat because I'm a hairstylist and I have to have it right. So I'm gonna clip this hair out of the way. You know what else is a really good idea? Girls that have bobby pins, if you have a bobby pin at home, Lord knows we all have like 100 bobby pins, you can stick a bobby pin right there and pin that hair right back. So if you have them, that would be great. You are going to take this hair and you're gonna hold it straight out from the head, okay? I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna go this way. So my elbow here is gonna come up. My hand is gonna come down like that. I'm gonna cut this hair here. So let me do that again. I'm gonna take this hair out. I'm gonna put this elbow up and I'm gonna come down and hold it. And I'm cutting this on the inside of my fingers, not the top. You want to cut on the inside of the fingers under here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to hold it out, I'm going to hold it straight out from the head, and I'm just going to simply cut. Actually, I'm turning my finger this way. Okay? So that's my first cut. Less is more. Less is more. If you take too much, you can't put it back on. But if you don't take enough, you can always take more. So less is more. So after I make my first section, this is now my guide for my next section. I'm going to take a small section parting, just like I did on the first section, no more than 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch at the, actually I would say 1/4 of an inch, especially because you don't want to get lost, right? Take my little clip. You don't have to have a clip. I'm going to come up, remember, elbow up, pull it out, and I can see my hair that I already cut here now. When I look at it, and I'm going to cut that hair to match that. And that's my second one. I'm going to continue all the way on the sides of the head until I reach the center of the back. The center of the back. I'm not going up in here at all. I'm only staying on the sides of the head. When you get down below the ear, you will see that you actually have a lot longer section. So when you get to this section right behind the ear, don't pull up like this. You're gonna follow straight out from the head here. Think about how the head rounds. So if I'm straight out here, it actually kind of turns in as it comes down. So my elevation, I think you didn't need geometry and all this stuff, right? Is actually gonna come down a little bit because the shape of the head changes. So make sure wherever you are in the head that you're holding it straight out from the head. If you go up or down like this, you're gonna get a longer or shorter piece. So straight out wherever you're holding it from, okay? And you're gonna continue that whole entire side till you get to the center of the back.